I'm Craig Miller, the curator of mammals at the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens. I started here as a keeper way back in 1992 and have been working with all the different mammal species here at the zoo and with these manatees since 2017 when we brought in our first patients. Manatees are large aquatic mammals related to hyrax and elephants. They are sometimes called sea cows because of their size and also because they're herbivores eating large amounts of vegetation. They can get up to, on average, they average about 10 feet and weigh anywhere between 800 and 1,200 pounds, but they certainly can get larger than that. And our team here at the zoo helped rescue a manatee years back that was 2,700 pounds. Manatees are found throughout the coastal areas of Florida. Their food is found in relatively shallow water, seagrasses and other types of vegetation. And that's, of course, why you find manatees in the more shallow water.
I've been a veterinarian here at the Jacksonville Zoo for 5 years, and I have worked with manatees as a clinician since the center opened here in 2017. We are one of 5 critical care centers for manatees in the state of Florida, and we take care of everything from animals that are injured in the wild due to boat strikes or from things in the environment such as cold stress or being entangled in an area. And we've taken care of over, I believe, 30 manatees since we started in 2017. We are the northernmost facility here in Florida to take care of manatees, so we are more commonly presented with animals that are either cold stress or hit by boats. Cold stress is a complex syndrome in which many factors are involved. So if the animals are in waters that are lower than 68 degrees for 4 or more days, they're unable to maintain good thermoregulation, and that leads to them not being able to eat well, not being able to go get food, and so that's one of the most common things we see here in our climate.
We work with a great group of facilities called the Manatee Rescue and Rehabilitation Partnership, also known as the MRP. And it's a group of zoos, aquariums, nonprofits, for-profits, federal, state facilities doing all the great work to care for manatees, not only in facilities like we do here, but also monitoring animals out in the wild once they've been released, and all the related work that goes into this important project. Our latest release was an animal named Jessup, who was released at Salt Springs Recreation Area. And this was our 22nd release. He was with us for about 3 months. Ended up being a really good eater for us, started eating really quickly, and that's always a good sign. But he had a good amount of weight to put on, so that's why he was with us for that 3 months. He really was doing well for most of that time, and left here at a really, really great body weight. Came in at the lowest 10th percentile and left in the highest 10th percentile, so we like to see that.
We have 3 manatees at the Critical Care Center undergoing observations and treatments. The smallest one is named Asha, and she came to us in early March for being a lone calf, so being found without her mom and having a huge wound on the side of her body. And so we've been working really hard with the manatee carekeepers here and our health staff to help her gain weight and take care of that wound, and she's healing well. And our other 2 manatees are both males, and they presented for being beached and in really poor body condition and having low blood glucose. And so we've helped them reach those blood levels and improve, and now they're all eating on their own and doing well. The 2 males that we have at our center were found in a region that has been responsible for having between 600 and 700 animals succumb to illness due to an unusual mortality event. FWC has been working hard to find the cause of the sick and injured manatees in that region, and preliminary information points to it being related to a lack of a food source. Since these 2 males came to us and have survived part of the events that's causing the unusual mortality events, we are able to use blood work that we have from them to submit to FWC and the University of Florida so they can put all of that information together and compile it to find a cause for the illness and to help them recover from it. We can help manatees in the wild by doing several things. Among those is using polarized sunglasses when you're out in the water to spot the animals easily and stay out of their way. If you do see an injured or sick manatee, to please call FWC.
We can all do our part to keep our waterways clean, following instructions on fertilizer bags, making sure fishing line is disposed of properly. Other things we can all do as far as just managing our garbage appropriately, because so much ends up in the waterways and manatees are curious, eating almost anything. We find animals with candy wrappers in their stomachs and other foreign debris. We all play an important role in this manatee project. Along with that, all us boaters out there, remember to boat safely as the temps are warming up, so there's going to be more boat activity, people getting on the water more. Keep an eye out for manatees, follow all the speed zones, wear those polarized sunglasses so you can see a little bit better and see that what we call a manatee footprint. When they swim, they create a little circular pattern in the water that you can really, once you see it, it's pretty distinctive and obvious. And if you're lucky enough to see a manatee out there, you know, if you're taking the time to look for them and slowing down, I think seeing one is a pretty exciting thing.